Well, hello there, fabulous people. Welcome back to 30 Ways to Make Bread, Part 6. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make these absolutely gorgeous bagels. I'll be showing you how I use 5 basic ingredients to achieve this absolute gorgeousness. I'm sure you're really gonna love it. Remember to click the like button, share this video with your friends and family, and if it's your first time here, welcome to Megshaw's Kitchen. Please subscribe. Thank you. So to begin, I'm measuring out 600 grams of strong flour. Once that's ready, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of yeast, 1 teaspoon of soft brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to simply mix everything together to make sure it's well incorporated. Once that's all ready, I'm adding 350 milliliters of water. Just simply warm water from the tap would do. Now, using my spatula, I'm going to simply mix everything together. At this stage, it does not have to be thoroughly mixed yet because we're going to throw it onto our work surface and then knead it thoroughly. So, I'm throwing this straight onto my work surface. I'm going to add just a little pinch of some flour, and then I'm going to begin to knead the dough. Now you're going to knead this just for about 5 to 6 minutes. That would do. Just make sure you knead it until it's nice and silky smooth. After kneading this for about 5 to 6 minutes, you'll notice that the dough is super stretchy and has absolutely no lumps inside at all. Then you know this is ready. Now I'm going to simply roll this into one massive ball, ready for the first proofing. Before I proof it, I'm going to add a tiny bit of oil into my bowl. This just ensures that my dough does not stick to the bowl while it rises. So I'm going to simply cover this dough and allow it to rise for exactly 1 hour. Now, whilst the dough is rising, I'd like to prepare my parchment paper. This parchment paper is what I'm going to be placing my rolled out bagels dough on. So I'm going to simply cut it into medium squares. There's no right or wrong. As far as you've got some medium squares that can sit your bagels dough on, that should be just sufficient for what we need. Just like this. So I'm going to basically have each bagel rolled out on this parchment paper. Now it's been about an hour and our dough has nicely risen. I'm going to simply punch down to release the excess air from the dough. Then I'm going to place this on my work surface, ready to cut them into pieces. Now I'm going to simply divide my dough into 9 equal portions. So this recipe is enough to make 9 bagels. So remember to adjust your ingredients depending on how many bagels you're trying to make. So if you're trying to make just 3 or 4, reduce the amount of flour and water you use. If you're trying to make more than 9 bagels, then please feel free to increase the quantity as you wish. So if you've noticed, I've just rolled this out and I'm using a spatula, the same spatula I used to pierce a hole in the middle. I'm going to show you a second and third time just so we can follow suit. And I'm going to simply stretch to make a hole in the middle, not too wide, just like this should be just enough. Now that parchment paper that we made earlier on, that's where this comes in handy. Just place the dough on top of the parchment paper and keep this aside. And again, I'm going to show you. Simply tuck the dough, roll and twist in your hand, then place it on your work surface and simply roll it once again. Push it down, then using a spatula or anything at all that can go through the middle, put a hole in the middle, then put your finger inside and simply stretch it. Very simple, like a ring. Just go round and round in a circle, not too stretchy, just enough hole in the middle. And then place this nicely on the parchment paper. And there you have it. I'm going to continue to do the same to the remaining dough until I've gotten to the very final dough. And again, twist and roll the dough on your work surface. Then push it down gently. Use a spatula or something to press the middle and put your finger through the middle and simply begin to stretch it like a ring, just like that. Now place this very gently on the parchment paper and we're good to go. I'm going to cover this and just leave it to rest for just 15 minutes. Now 15 minutes later, the dough should be just slightly risen, not too much. This is perfect and ready to bake. Now before baking it, I'd like to prepare my topping. So I'm using black and white sesame seeds. I'm just using a mixture of both. So feel free to use just one if you prefer. To begin the baking process, I'm just bringing some water to the boil in a pan. I'm adding a little bit of salt and I'm going to simply mix it and allow it to dissolve. Once that's nicely dissolved, I'm going to take the bagel and put it straight into the simmering hot water. Make sure the water is simmering and not boiling. Now I'm going to leave it there for about 30 to 40 seconds, flipped on each side. Now I'm going to take it out and dunk it straight into my already prepared topping of sesame seeds. That's exactly what I want it to look like. And the second one. And then straight into a baking tray. So I'm going to continue doing exactly the same with the remaining bagels dough until they're all completely done and ready to be baked. Now I've already preheated my oven to 180 Celsius and I'm going to be baking these for 25 minutes exactly. I've also decided to bake 2 of the bagels plain without the sesame toppings, so feel free to bake them plain if you prefer as well. Now 25 minutes later, our bagels are ready. They're looking absolutely gorgeous and they smell amazing. This might be the perfect time for me to remind you, if you haven't already, please click the thumbs up button. It really does help. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so very much for that. So back to the bagels. These are looking absolutely scrumptious. I like to keep them and allow them to cool down for at least 30 minutes before slicing into them. So I'm going to be showing you my absolute favorite way to enjoy my bagels. I like to enjoy my bagels with cream cheese, chives, and smoked salmon. I'm using 1 plain bagels and the other one with the sesame seeds topping. I'm going to simply add some cream cheese on top, and I'm going to also be adding some chives and smoked salmon. This is my absolute favorite way of enjoying bagels, especially when they're homemade and super fresh. Don't forget to check my description box below because I'll be leaving every single ingredient and measurement of what I've used to make this absolutely delicious bagels recipe. So check out all the ingredients in my description box below. Also check out my entire bread making series. It's called 30 Ways to Make Bread, and this is part 6. So we're going to be making lots and lots of different kinds and varieties of breads. So make sure to check out all of my bread making series right here in my channel. Now take a look at these absolute gorgeous bagels with smoked salmon, chives, and of course cream cheese, my favorite. Thank you all so much for baking along with me today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you again next time with another video. Goodbye.